starting to go through the COMC sales history for the year to try to see what makes sense to do and what doesn't make sense to do. And I'm starting to think that some of the lower dollar cards might not make sense to do, even though you're making, like, starting from where we left off on the John Morant here, looking at this Gary Payton card, you're making 50% profit. You buy it for 50 cents, sell it for 75 cents. But is it really worth buying such cheap cards even if you are making such good margins? You're making 50% margins, but it would take you, how long would it take you to make $1,000 doing 25-cent profit cards? So we're looking at these cards and we're seeing some good profits here sometimes, but it just seems like maybe I'm thinking of starting to set a minimum dollar amount on the cards that I'm gonna really, I guess, so to speak, bother dealing with. So the bigger cards like this, I made, I paid $37.58 and I sold it for $73. So that's like a good 30 after COMC fees. I got $69.35, so that's a good $32 profit. How much time is it going to take for me to buy and sell these smaller cards, even though the margin's good, to make that $30? If you're making 25 cents, that's 4 for $1. 30 times 4 is 120. So you'd have to go out, find 120 cards to buy and sell. And then I don't know how fast these cards are selling, really. I mean, I guess this one sold within a month. This one took over 2 months to sell. So if I have $10,000 or whatever it is on COMC, let's just see what I have on there. Go to my dashboard. Total asking price is $11,000. So if I have that all tied up in cards that are taking a long time to sell, then I'm not really able to do anything with that money, versus if I can try to focus on cards that'll sell quicker, is the main thing, is like quicker and then for more volume. So this Jordan card even took me over 4 months to sell. This Reggie Miller rookie took about 2 months to sell. That's still a pretty good profit margin, and I'm still thinking about where do I want to kind of set my minimum. This Scottie Pippen PSA 10, $30, sold for 56, and that one sold 6 months, almost 7 months later. I had to hold that card for almost 7 months. So I'm thinking of maybe trying to focus more on cards that sell quicker than that, and then sort of just skipping over these lower dollar cards, just because it takes so much time, I think. So let's just scroll through these and look for bigger. I mean, again, you're seeing even on something like this boxing card, that just took forever to sell, and then I finally was able to get rid of it and took a loss on it. Even though these Hall of Famer rookie cards seem to do well, I think it might be good for just starting out and then just learning to get a little bit more confident with buying and selling. Those COMC Hall of Fame rookie cards seem to be a pretty solid way to go. Like, you can consistently buy those and sell them for a profit. I'm just not sure it's worth the time to really focus on those, considering the dollar amounts are kind of low. This Kobe was a nicer, if it sold within 3 days, so I mean that's pretty great. I want to try to focus on sales like this. Sells quickly. It's a tidy profit, on $15, selling it for $24. That, I feel like I'll be happy to do that kind of thing. Even this Deion Sanders is just, I don't know if it's really worth. You're making 20%, I guess. And how long I held that card for, like 5 or almost 6 months. just ask yourself if that's really worth it. Let's go to the next page. What happened here? A bunch of Operation Desert Shield cards. I think I was able to get these on. The same person bought them from me, this Christoph person. And I was able to get them through COMC eBay auctions, I guess. I think keeping an eye on COMC eBay auctions is still good. It's just a question of what's your minimum amount you're going to focus on. But these like doubled my money. Sold it, bought it on the 3rd, sold it on the 4th, doubled my money on these. And then almost doubled here. But again, I mean, you're scrolling through the eBay auctions. That can take a long time. You're buying the cards, you're listing the cards. They're not always going to sell like this and sell the next day for double your money. And even if it does, that makes $2, $4, $6, $8, $10, $12. I mean, is it worth it? I don't know. And then you have to go and pay for them, get them added to your account. Then you have to go and price them. I don't know. I'm just scrolling through these, the lower dollar ones, looking for bigger ones. This Billy Ripken card is always interesting to deal with. The scribbled error is a little bit more rare. I wonder how they have it listed on here. Okay, they have the scribbled ones separately, so you have to look these cards up separately. Like, I guess they have it as 0.4, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. But let's look at this. If you remove the point, does it show you all the variations? Yeah, so you got this one at 55 cents. So this is the kind of thing I've been doing, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it anymore because like this card sells all the time, and normally what I would do is, you see here I have all mine, these 6 all belong to me, and I have them priced at 75 cents, which is the minimum not to get charged a fee, and then I have more of them. So I'll buy these at 50 cents, even less than that sometimes, and I would go in here and I would just buy this card at 55 cents. But I don't know if it's worth doing that, is what I'm wondering these days. I did get the fuckface error card recently. It's around $40. I know here right now it's at $51.75, but I recently got one of those for like $40. But I didn't even really make that much money on that card. But let's keep scrolling through. There's a $14 one, the Fleer checklist. 1986 Fleer is still always going to be like bread and butter for me. I'm almost tempted even to get this one for $12.50. But this guy Eric G runs discounts. I remember buying a bunch of 1986 Fleer from him. I'll just go check his, if he has any, if other people haven't already gobbled these up. The other day I saw a 1986 Fleer Isaiah Thomas or something, and this guy was running a crazy discount. It was like 70% off. But I didn't have enough COMC credit in my account, and I couldn't buy the card. And when I went back the next day to buy it, sure enough, somebody had already bought it and relisted it. I had added the card to my basket, and then when I went to look at the card, it had like doubled in price because whoever had purchased it had repriced it. And there were a couple cards on that one seller who I had added to my account. I didn't have money in my account, and then they just sold kind of like out from under me because I didn't have the money in my account at the time. But even a card like this, typically in the past I would buy this for $2.50 and sell it for $3.50. But I just don't know if I want to bother with that. I'd rather have the money in my account so that, and I see an Isaiah Thomas rookie card come along for a ridiculously low price, I'm able to snag it instead of using up all my money to constantly buy up sort of lower level cards that don't have that amazing of a margin. I mean, $1 margin on on a 250 is pretty great, and I do believe that the 86 Fleer, they will sell, they will continue to sell, so like technically I feel like this would be a good buy, but I'm just trying to change things up a little bit and sort of refrain from buying too many lower level stuff. I think I might start setting like a minimum at $10 or something, but this one from 6 to 8 I feel like might be worth doing. The stickers are always like a little bit tougher. This is like the cheapest sticker you can get on the site from the set. So even if I set my minimum at $5, I could buy these, or maybe I want to start doing like $10 or something. But this one looks pretty good. It's pretty well centered. These two, I think maybe I'll take those. I'll take those two. They look pretty good. I think I'm going to stick to what I know works, which is 1986 Fleer. And I'll just continue working with those. They do seem to sell pretty well. And then these are only really $3 cards. Doc Rivers is a good coach, probably a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he is already or he will be. But this is over a 30% margin on these. Maybe I'll make an exception for the 86 Fleer cards because I'm just kind of partial to those. I guess I'm a sucker for those. I'll leave this because a $2 margin on $12 is really not really what you want to be tying up money for, I don't think, in my opinion. So let's go back to the sales history and scroll and look for some of the bigger cards. 1150 Iverson. That's a $5 profit. Let's look at stuff that I bought and sold. $18 sold for $20. I think I was considering buying this, or maybe I did buy and sell one recently of these. $20 seems a little low. I think I had put in an offer on this one, but you can see it's pretty badly chipped on the corner, and it doesn't sell that often, a card like this. So I'm going to stay away from that and keep scrolling down. Maybe I'll just look at stuff that's at least $5. This $26 one only made $3. Fleer Metal Universe, Charles Barkley. McGuire rookie. I think I would probably continue to work with those just because they sell. They're not that cheap and they do sell like very frequently. There's nothing really out there right now. There's a Port Affair for $3. Let's see. That might be worth getting. That corner is literally ripped off. But $3 is so low. I don't know. I feel like that might sell pretty quickly on eBay or something. This one might be worth making an offer on. It's pretty off-centered, but I'll make an offer on it. We'll see what happens with that. And then keep going. This one I paid $5 for. Okay, the Bow 1990 score. There might be certain cards like this that's always going to be worth. Right now I'm the cheapest one available. This one sells a lot. I sent a couple to auction here recently, and I have a couple more that are not for sale. X Mint to Mint is available, $3.99. Okay, moving on. Alright, this Iverson we paid $9. It's got the coating on it. Sold it for $14.90. That's a good one. That's a good buy. These old vintage, random vintage cards, I'm not going to buy anymore. Even though I made money on that. Okay, this one did sell quickly. It sold within a day. But I feel like a lot of times with these vintage cards, I just wind up getting stuck with them for a long time. I'm not going to do that anymore. This Griffey is a great a great margin, even though it kind of falls below my cutoff. But I guess it's what you sell it for. So if it's a $5 card, $10 card. So mine's priced here. I'm probably a little too high. Probably a little too high for this. If I want to get some money for it, I'll just go a little bit lower. But this card fluctuates. Sometimes it's more closer to the $10 range. As you can see here, I sold it for $7.65. Right now I'm listing mine for $7. But like 2012 Prism commons, like I made money on some of these, but I'm not gonna bother with those anymore. I might get like a 2012 Prism PSA 10 or something like that, maybe. It's graded PSA 10. There's 31 of them on there. This one's at auction, Dwayne Wade, and then you got Andre Drummond for 14. That seems pretty good, actually. That doesn't seem too bad. Let's see, Panini 1-1, Jaren Jackson. Paid 12, sold it for 20. That's good. Dwayne Boggs, $6, paid $3.50 for it. Let's see if there's any of those around. The cheapest one now is $8, so that's pretty crazy. But you can see how these prices fluctuate, and you just kind of have to know what the real quote-unquote price is. So this is a Don card I paid $40 for, and I sold it for $15.80. Like I said, these soccer cards, and right now I have it for sale for $16.79, and I sent a couple of these to auction recently. But I just took a beating on these soccer cards. I thought they were gonna, like a lot of people I think before the World Cup, thinking that maybe there was something a play to be made with the soccer cards. I think this guy became the president of some African country. Lilian Thuram. Randomly sold that, but lost so much money on those. Kawhi Leonard. I like him a lot. I feel like he was playing well recently, and then he's been missing a couple games, but I have a bunch of this card, the 2011 SP Authentic. Alright, some guy here is undercutting me because he's got his for a pretty steep discount, and I have 22 of these, so I don't really want to be buying any more. I sent a couple to auction. Let's see what I'm in for on these. $4, $4, $4, yeah. I don't want to be buying this guy's up for $6 a piece, but yeah, I guess that's a shame because I'm not going to be selling mine as long as this guy's got his at $6. Let's see if he has any Hall of Fame rookie cards for sale. At a steep discount, the Iverson, the Kobe. I think that's still high. That's still high, I think, for Kobe, yeah. Alright. Continuing on, this Derek Jeter card. So I made a little bit of a profit on that. Let's see what that one goes for. Wow, that one's way down. I've got the cheapest one available now, but it's way down here at $4. Doesn't sell that often, but if you wanted to, you could, you know, be patient, wait for it to come back up toward that $8 range, like this one that sold for $9.75 only this summer, like not that long ago. And this is a card this isn't a new card or anything. This is like a $30 card, so 30-year-old card. So you could believe that this card will eventually sell for closer to $10 and just buy up those $4 ones and wait on it. But I'm trying to focus on quicker sales as much as possible. Ronnie Lott, let's see, he's been selling. I have the cheapest one available here for $8. I have 5 more, so not really looking to be buying more of those, but it sells pretty often. And then let's see, we've got the Jay-Z card here, pretty random. Sold that, bought it for 5, sold it for 8. It's way up here, closer to 12 now for the cheapest one. That's interesting. Let's scroll down. Let's see if we have anything else. This Magic Johnson card paid 5, sold it for 11. I think I sent one or two to auction recently. I have a few of these. Maybe I'll send another one to auction. Yeah, maybe I'll send this one to auction because it's more centered. Manage price, boom, send to auction. Alright, that one's gone. Now let's see. We have this one. Okay. Let's list that for sale. But yeah, I got a few of these, so I don't need to have multiples listed. I don't like to have multiples listed because COMC will charge you a penny per card per month, as long as they're listed like that. And I'm not going to be the cheapest price on this just because this one you can see like the miscut is so bad that you can see the next card on it. And then you can tell this one's got like weird corners and stuff. I feel like mine's sharper even though it's off-centered. It's still the cheapest one. Oh, that's not mine, but mine is here. Mine's actually nicer than this one. At least it has a little bit of weight here, but of course it's still majorly off-centered. Then let's see what's next. This Reggie Miller card, sold it for 14, paid $8.23. Let's see what it goes for now. It goes for $9, and I have one for sale for 12. Oh, that one looks really nice and white and pretty centered and sharp. Yeah, but it's down to $9. I don't know if I can. I paid $9.45 for the two that I have, so I'm just gonna have to wait. And here's Chris Sewell. If you guys don't know, Chris Sewell has the collector, investor, dealer channel on YouTube. He makes great videos. He's got a big account here on COMC. 2,000 rookie cards. 250 Hall of Fame rookie cards. Let's go to highest price. And I like to look at his stuff, and I also kind of see it as like supporting his channel. Even if it's not a good buy, at least it's giving money to a guy that has helped me a lot. I've learned a lot from his videos. He's done some COMC videos that I can recommend, and just his regular rollers videos that he does every other week. Here's a Mike Piazza 92 Bowman. It looks like it is available for as low as $20. That seems pretty low, but this one has a mark on it here, you can see. So you kind of like disregard that, and then this guy is the lowest seller on it at $26.75. Let's see what else Chris Sewell has. Top Traded Tiffany Greg Maddox, that's a nice card. Larry Bird rookie, Tony Dorsett, John Elway. A Robin Yount, the Brett Favre Stadium Club. Glossy Randy Johnson, that's nice. Joe Dumars for $28. Iverson for $25. This Jeter is way overpriced at $26 in AX to near mint. And I can show you what I mean by that right now. There's one for $9.94. And this is marked EX to near mint, so the raw copies are, you see I'm here at 12, and I'm trying to sell these suckers. I have a bunch of these. Let's see, I'll go 12.4. You can see I just sent these in because I was selling them on eBay for a while, and sent these in too, and the rest of these I bought on the site. But I was thinking this was more closer to a $20 card, but it is whatever it is, you know, and right now it's just lower and I'm trying to sell, so let's just price it. And but Chris Sewell has good stuff. He has good cards. I recommend checking his stuff out. Oh, minted in Springfield, cool. Dave Winfield rookie. Paul Pierce, Topps Chrome. Tracy McGrady, Topps Chrome. That's nice. Wow, he's got his priced at 15. The lowest is $4.99. But what I mean when I say a card doesn't sell that often, like this card, for example, maybe you'd buy it for $4 or $4.99 and reprice it, and that would be a decent profit. But it only sells like 15 in last quarter, so that's 5 per month. So you might have to wait a while to sell that card, and you can tell this one's pretty green. It's like the greening that happens with the chrome, like on this one, on the chrome cards and the finest cards. So people might just skip over this for a while. They might just not buy it. They might buy the other ones. So I wouldn't recommend getting that. But I do recommend checking to see like how fast a card sells, or like how often it sells before you buy it. The Dave Winfield, for example. So this is all grades, including graded cards, raw cards, everything. So this one sells 30 per quarter, so that's like 10 a month. So every 3 days or so. So if you could get a good price on this, it might be worth. It might be worth getting. But the older vintage cards like this are tricky. I had a bunch of the Dennis Eckersley and kind of got stuck with them for a while, so I would potentially advise against buying these older vintage Hall of Fame rookies, just because they're really condition sensitive and people might not, even though it says they sell, like it might just be like these lower priced ones that have little issues, and this one's like slanted and stuff. Like these ones might not actually be selling that often, which is what I found out the hard way with my Dennis Eckersley cards, and it might just be like the higher priced cleaner ones that are selling, I don't know. Or like the more centered cleaner ones, like this one might sell, for example. This one looks nice. But if you're down here with the lower priced ones, you might get stuck with it for a while. Alright, let's keep going. This was a $10 card, the Joe Biden. I just sent a couple of these to auction. I had a few of them for over a year or something, so I just sent them to auction. Another soccer card I lost money on. Really cool card, but it's just, it doesn't sell. I'm just getting rid of it, and it's okay if I lost money. I'm just gonna move on. Vince Carter, Topps Finest. That one has the peel. I think I sent one of these to auction recently. Sold for $560. Bought for $560. Sold for $912. Vince Carter doesn't sell that often though, actually. Here I have the lowest priced one, and this one has the peel. This one doesn't. But he doesn't sell super often, so I'm probably not, even though I'm a fan, I'm just not going to be buying his. Like, this is a cool card, but it just doesn't sell that often. Let's see. Right now it's way down, it's at 440, but it hasn't even sold 100 copies in 4 years, so I can't recommend buying it. And then let's see what else. The Kobe Bryant, bought it for 10, sold it for 15. Let's see what that one goes for. Yeah, 17. And this Jordan, another one of these. Bought it for 43, sold it for 56. Let's see right now, do I have any of these? Right now you can get it for 28. I have one for sale for 33. I thought I had sent one to auction. I purchased this one for, I bought this one for $19.50, that's good. I have this one that's not for sale. This one I paid 20, sold it for 33, maybe because it was like a nicer, yeah, it looks pretty nice. It's in good condition. But Dick Allen might be making the Hall of Fame. I have this one, the lowest priced. And I think I sent one to auction maybe in one of the other condition grades, but I have this one priced a little bit higher because it's a nicer condition. see what else we have. Donruss the rookies, we saw that one earlier. Tops traded Griffey. That one sold for $9. I paid $5.80. Let's see what it goes for. It's at $5.60 now. Yeah, all of these are low. In the past, sometimes, so this one sells a lot, 2,000 times in the last 4 years. 115 a quarter, so that's like almost 40 a month, so more than one per day. And if you know that it'll sell for $8 or $9, you know, in time, it might be worth coming in here and just adding all of these to your cart and just making offers on these. And just seeing if you're able to get any of them. There's mine here for $6.40. But just seeing if you're able to get any of them sort of on the cheaper side. And working that angle. But here's a $15 one, a Gary Carter. It's an older card, Hall of Fame rookie, sold for $16. So not much profit, probably not worth dealing with that. Magic Johnson, 87 Fleer, cool card. $12.80, sold it for $18. Let's see what that goes for. Right now you could get it for $9, but it has a bad corner here. And what else? This one sold for $9. I paid $6.26. Cal Ripken. Take a look at that. Right now it's at $9, the cheapest one. I have one listed for $11.17 here. And I have 3 not for sale. Let's see. I paid 10, 6. Okay, I paid 6 for this one. So I can, yeah, it's priced at 12. That's fine. Let's see, what, did I lose money on this? Yeah, I lost money on this. Second year Prism, Kevin Durant. I think I have a bunch of these now. I might have sent one to auction, I don't remember. Yeah, I have the cheapest one available. It used to sell back in the day, but it hasn't for a while now. Or it's very slow at least. Maybe I should just send one of these to auction. Bite the bullet. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Oh, CC Sabathia. It's like a $5 card. I don't think he's going to make the Hall of Fame, but there's a lot of Yankee collectors, and he was on the Yankees. I guess I don't have this card currently, so that's fine, but it's down to $4 now. Let's see what else we have in the $5 to $10 minimum. This Iverson is usually closer to $10. Yeah, I have mine at $9.27. There's one here for $7.80, but yeah, it's closer to 10. And then it goes up to 15. I wouldn't be surprised if someone comes in and buys all 4 of these and then prices his at 15. But then it'll probably fluctuate back down again. But yeah, this card does sell a lot, and I have 21 of these. I paid as low as $3.50, so I'm pretty good on that. I'll probably just come in and list another one. Just have a couple of them up there. And then what else do we have? Alright, this random Griffey card, that's not like, I don't even know how I wound up with that card. $14 for Rodman. Sold it for $19, and this one I got for $7.99, sold it for $15. Let's see where that one's at right now. $26, wow. That's high. That is very high, but this one's been selling pretty well. 48 per quarter, yeah, that's only, what, like 16 a month, so at 1 every other day. But 26 is high. I'm sure this card will come back down. There'll be more on the site, and they'll be a little bit cheaper and stuff. But yeah, selling them for 15, 18. Kevin McHale rookie, that's probably one that doesn't sell that often. Yeah, $2.74. But that's pretty cheap, $5. What did I sell that for? Sold it for $14. This one, I mean, this one doesn't even look that nice for 14 as compared to this one for 5. That one actually looks better to me for $5, but I probably wouldn't buy this. It doesn't sell it often. That's not a very big margin there. Let's see what else we have. This one sold for $11.96, but I paid $9.60 for it. Albert Pujols Fleer Platinum. Let's see. Yeah, I have this one priced at $12.35. Let's see if I can lower that. No, I paid $9.60 for it. So I just have to wait this guy out here. I could try to offer something on it, but I think I'm not interested in staying with this card. Yeah, it's a pretty slow seller, so I'm not interested in having more copies of that card. There's the Bo Jackson. It's always a good one. The Don Mattingly, 84 tops, sold it for $9, paid $6.60. Let's see what that one's at. Yeah, it's at $10 right now. That seems about normal to me. Seems like a normal price for that card. What else? I paid $6 for this one. Okay, tops traded. I think we saw that one already. Sold it for $8.24. Bo Jackson sells for $5. I got it for $3.25. This one again, you can see, sold that one again. Terrell Owens, he's not a fast seller. Bought it for $4, sold it for $5.75. Doubled my money on this. Anthony Edwards, Prism rookie. Leaf Frank Thomas. That one is high enough value that I would buy it. Buy to sell. I have this one priced at $5.92. There's a couple here that are priced lower. It sells pretty often, or like steadily at least. I have one not for sale. I paid $13.50 and I paid $13 for that one, so I'm not going to be making a huge profit. I'm just waiting for these two guys to sell out before mine can sell. This one sold for $9, paid $8.25. That's not, doesn't make any sense. Tops Tiffany, Mike Schmidt. And then this Dick Allen, that's a cool card. It's a short print from 1971 Tops. I paid $28, sold it for $39.95. I might even have bought this from Chris Sewell actually when he added it to his account. And then Ronald Acuna, first Bowman, paid $6, sold for $9. Let's see what this card's up to now. It's up to 11. Since he won the MVP. Let's see if the Dick Allen is on here. So I sold it for $39.75, and right now you can't get it for less than $45. But it doesn't sell that often. So a card like that, you're wary to tie up $30 on it, and I had to hold it for close to 2 months. So let's stop the video there for now. We'll end it on Dick Allen. We'll see. Hopefully he'll make the Hall of Fame this year. But that's it for this review of COMC flipping. Hopefully it's helpful to see like what makes sense to buy and sell on COMC, and what maybe doesn't make sense depending on your budget, or how much profit you want to make, or how quickly you want to be selling stuff. So thanks for watching the video. Tune in again for the next one, and until then, take care.